So the record so far, Christos is 1-1, Jenya is 0-2, and we find the just amazing single rupee in Link's house. Pretty sure that's the best possible find, I think. And by that I mean not even close. Jenya is holding a sign, whereas Christos has decided not to sign up. Both players getting the tier 1 tree pull and finding small magic from that pull. And we got 20 rupees at the uncle and 50 in the front tunnel. So at this rate, we will be getting about 100,000 rupees from the 7th chest. Unfortunately, that trend cannot continue. Alright, so both players now heading from the sanctuary. We've got a map check. We had Crystal 5 over at Eastern Palace, and 2 other crystals, 2 at Hera, and I didn't see it, but I know it wasn't 6, at Desert. So 3 crystals in Light World, which means so many of our Dark World dungeons are going to be pendants, and that's it. Christo's getting more magic from that tier 1 tree pull, and we're getting 5 rupees off the crab. I think Jenya will be attempting to set up the tier 2 or 3 tree pull, depending on whether he takes damage. And thank you very much to Hiei408 for the resub. Hiei, a well-esteemed commentator of these particular races. And looks like I am joined by Mikan.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
How's it going?
It is going all right. I just got off a match. It looks like I'm doing
Pretty
another one.
sure we just found the fire rod
Oh man.
in the thieves' hideout here in the Lost Woods. So we've got ourselves a real mess.
Just the fire rod so far?
To my knowledge, that is in fact it.
I'm still pulling up the restream. I'll be there in just a moment.
Also, I wanted to thank it's either Mijati or Miyati for another subscription to the channel. Thank you very much for that. Jenya's heading into the back of the tavern, where we find the ice rod.
Well, that's pretty convenient.
And that means Turtle Rock pendant confirmed, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the odds are pretty good. We know that all the Light World dungeons are crystals, so it's a 3 out of 7 at this point.
Alright, I think I'm in and fully here now. Yeah, 3 Light World crystals is something you definitely want to see.
Yeah, that could mean a very fast seed, depending on how the items play out. Alright, so we just find a piece of heart here in the chicken hut.
No chicken clips attempted? Did I see that right?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I have been burned by the chicken clip before. I do not want to wish that on anyone.
How's the soft lock that you can do there?
Yeah, I've ended up with an invisible object in my hands over my head, and I'm like, I believe is the technical term for
Yeah,
what I was feeling.
that's what I would call it, yeah. Alright,
so
well,
Jenya
we're
picks up that.
pretty sufficient mages coming out of... Ooh, there's the first glove. Very nice. And the
We
mooper.
got the bloomerang, the glove, and the moon pearl. Wow. Just look at that mess. So we are 1 glove or 1 hammer away from, major portions of Dark World access.
They're not even all the way through the village yet.
Yep. 3 crystals in the light world, early items like this is shaping up to be pretty fast. There's the cape.
Man, at this point, I'd be saying, let's see some half magic so I can use all of this stuff I found effectively.
Oh, yeah. Right now, you've got reusable items, but it's only reusable as far as your magic goes. Now, they did find out that the Tier 1 tree pull is small magic bottles. So, that is one place they can get convenient magic. Alright, so Jenja just did an interesting move. He pieced out before checking the south area here, like Christos is doing. Jenja is just going straight for the back of escape, it looks like.
Okay, so they both came in through the top. I see.
Yep. Oh, I did not even see what was in that library.
I believe it was just a piece of heart there. Nothing interesting.
Excellent.
And
just a piece of heart on the race game. So, yeah. So we find the small key in the back of escape. Jenja not electing to head inside because you don't have a real nice reusable weapon. I mean, it does have the fire rod. It'd be pretty easy to see if you light some torches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you light the torches there, I don't think that part's actually too bad. But,
it's still a sequence break, and some runners, I don't know if Jenja is one of them, but some runners will not sequence break ever.
Just to not confuse themselves or anything like that.
Right. We've got a mushroom here in the dam.
I'm finding it harder and harder to route up towards the witch's hut without the flute, so it might be a while before we see that get turned in.
Yeah. For all we know, the flute may be in Ganon's tower. You know, if Meyer turns out to be a pendant. Nobody likes to see fluteless seeds, but they do happen.
They do happen. Alright, so with bombs and the rods, I don't think Mini Moldorm Cave is going to be too much of an issue. Ooh, almost walks right out there.
Ooh. Yeah, you definitely want to be careful there. Nice. And...
oh no, Jenja.
Christos takes out the Mini Moldorms pretty quickly. Jenja misses with a fire rod shot, but takes down the last Mini Moldorm with a bomb. Unfortunately, doesn't look like there's much of anything here in the Mini Moldorm Cave, despite the 5 items. There is a shield, so it's not the worst thing in the world, especially if they can pick up another one.
Yeah, the fire shield is convenient if you can get it for free, I think. It's very nice. Those fireballs in some of the later Dark World dungeons are very annoying, on top of always doing 1 heart of damage.
Yep, the fire shield is sort of my saving grace on blind whenever I mess up the fight, which is always.
Yeah, that is one of the boss fights that's like really nice to have on. Because both mine doesn't do that much damage that isn't in full hearts.
So both runners also headed for Ice Rod Cave, which is a place we see some runners skip.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get out here, so you'll see people wait until they have the flute and the boots, both of them, before they take the time to actually come up here.
And both runners decide to save and quit away from there, rather than do a fake flipper of some kind.
Heading up to Hyrule Castle, it looks like.
While Jenja looks to be heading to Eastern. And Sahasrara.
Now, of course, this being open mode, you have the option of coming back into...
Jenja's going for the mushroom.
Oh, man.
That's an interesting play. It could turn out to be huge.
That's so far away. It's way up here. I don't know.
If the mushroom has, like, the mitts or the hook shot, it's just going to be huge. maybe even the lamp that would, fix some sequence breaks.
Oh,
no,
man.
just a big 20. So nothing good there.
Man, that's
and unfortunately,
unfortunate.
that's going to cost Jenya some time, unless Christos also elects to walk all the way up to the second flute location.
Yeah, looks like Jen is going to be walking all the way back down to either Castle or Eastern here, while Christos quickly approaches the Zelda's jail cell.
After
there's
picking up
something
that
down
burrito
here.
in the basement.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be the small key down here, unfortunately. Oh, wait, no, it can't,
No, the small
can it?
key's in the back, so...
Oh, okay, never mind. Zelda's cell
Jenya
can't
got
have a
this.
key, can it?
Yeah, Zelda Cell can have a key.
Can it?
Any chest in here can have a key, to my knowledge.
He's
Because
opting to
you've
save
always
his
got another
magic
key
there.
sometimes.
Well, let's see. Alright, so he was opting to save his magic. When your only offensive is your ice rod and your fire rod here, I don't blame him for just using the pots and saving those for whenever he needs it.
Yeah, I actually thought about it, and I think you're right. You actually can't have a key there, because if you stole the key from the blue guard and went north instead, you'd key lock yourself out.
Okay.
So, neither Zelda's chest nor the chest before it can have a key.
I see. Okay. That's what I thought, but I guess I wasn't too sure.
Sorry. I just hadn't thought about it yet.
No, it's fine. No problem. Looks like Christos will be going into the dark escape that Jenya did not do.
Sorry, that broke me. The $20 chest, what is this, an EA game?
I love the stun strats on these rats. Oh man. I don't think he was sure which one had it. And a full magic, of course.
Well, you know what that means? That means the stun drop is full magic.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really convenient right now.
That's gross.
It's a really good stun prize when your only offensive is the rod and the rod.
Yep.
Aw, dang.
Alright.
Nothing important sitting in Hyrule.
Yep. So, here in Eastern, all we found so far is the big key and the burrito.
Well, it's starting to run out of places, so surely something's got to be in here. Unless it's down at, Agina's cave.
How about
it's the hammer! Oh, I suppose that works.
That'll get us all kinds of places.
Yeah, that is full Dark World access right now. Well, most of it.
And we
can't get
see-
up to Death Mountain quite yet.
We see Jenya doing the same thing. No sequence breaks whatsoever. He gets that big chest and just walks right out of Eastern, even though you could reach the next chest.
It's interesting, especially because that dark room is kind of out of the way, you know? You might as well check it while you're there, break or not.
Yeah, if it turns out to be like the bow, that'd be pretty convenient. But otherwise, it's not really going to save you that much time. Now, Jenya picks up that hammer and is heading into Hype Cave. So let's see what the Hype Cave has. Hook shot.
Oh, man.
We got 10 arrows, piece
Come on,
of heart,
give me more,
another
give me
piece
more.
of heart, and a big heart. But who cares? The hook shot was in Hype Cave.
So, I suppose logically that actually doesn't open anything for them right now, but man, is that good. Ooh, pendants, Green and Thieves Town, Ice Palace and Swamp Palace.
Interesting.
And
And it looks like Skull Woods is Crystal 6.
yes, it was. And with that fire rod and knowledge of the stun prize, I think that... Well, I mean, they will need a sword first, I suppose, before they can get all the way to Mothula, huh?
I don't think Jenny actually knows the stun prize right now. But we'll see.
Where was the hammer? The hammer was in Eastern Palace. Christos will be picking it up very shortly.
Yep, so Christos will be picking up that hammer here in the vanilla compass chest, I believe.
Oh gosh. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Jenya did in fact leave a item behind. Jenya seems to be playing by the strategy of not doing any sequence breaks, period. Unless I am reading his strategy wrong.
That's what it seems like so far, and that with his, you know, what he did in the escape dark room. Maybe he really is just anti-sequence break. Man, this is a lot of digs for this prize.
Sure is.
Of course. Of course.
Was that actually 30?
It was a lot, dude. It was a lot for a green rupee.
Yeah, it was. Get wrecked. The hookshot was in Hype Cave.
It was the only hype part about Hype Cave.
Correct. The back end of Hype Cave was completely useless. You could have gone in there without any bombs and not had any problems.
Well, speaking of sequence breaks,
well, Jenya's now doing a sequence break.
Well, I don't know anymore. Well, looks like the key that Jenya skipped in Easter Palace was just the compass, so I suppose he didn't lose anything by skipping that.
Yeah. So now doing this sequence break has a much more useful amount of stuff in it. Like, you've got tons and tons and tons of chests up here on Death Mountain.
Right, they've got the Paradox Cave that has 7 in it, they have the Spiral Cave, and they can also get all the way up to Hera right now.
Yep. There's also Spectacle Rock Cave, and of course whatever item the old man gives you.
That's pretty good.
How about a sword? We've got a sword today.
Alright, while out of sequence right now, that particular sword, oh, Jenny's gotta watch out, he's only got 1 health left. Oh, don't get hit by the cabbage! Oh.
Oh. Dodging the cabbage like a pro. I'm not even sure how that didn't hit him.
Anyway, yeah, that does let them fully clear Skullwoods now once they actually make it over to there.
Yep. I have in the past forgotten that you absolutely need a sword to get to Mothula. There's a little curtain you have to slash, and you cannot get through it otherwise, unless you're playing swordless mode.
Yeah, definitely take both those hearts right there.
Hey,
Flippers.
Flippers. Ooh.
4 bomb drop from the trees.
I don't know which tree pull that was, but it was... I think it's probably tier 2. Lots of bombs. Alright, so
Speaking of bombs.
Bombos. Piece of heart. 3 bombs and 20 rupees. So, in the Paradox Cave today... Yep, in the Paradox Cave today we had Bombos and Flippers. Those are both potentially very useful. Although Swamp Palace is a pendant, so... And Ice Palace, so Flipper's not actually required at all by the logic.
Well...
Unless there's something in one of those dungeons.
You have everything you need to clear Swamp Palace right now, don't you?
No mirror.
No mirror, that is right. I suppose that is the first step, isn't it?
There's a shield up there on the floating island. Alright, so Christos is going to check the Spectacle Rock cave, and the other shield is on top of Spectacle Rock. 100 rupees inside Spectacle Rock cave, so that probably won't happen for a bit. So another sequence break you can do, which is still technically a sequence break, but it's possible at this point, is Spike Cave.
Oh man, Spike Cave would be pretty scary with this amount of health. I'm not sure that with this amount of health and magic they'll actually be able to get through there.
Right. That's why it's still technically a sequence break, because they don't have half magic, and they don't have a bottle.
Right.
But if they had half magic or a bottle, this would not be a sequence break. If they have the hammer, they have the gloves, and they have the cape. Now, one thing I like to do when I'm up on Death Mountain is I like to find either the lamp or the flute, or something that leads to it up on Death Mountain. That way I know which one was locking Death Mountain.
Sure, because one of those two are always going to be required to get up to Death Mountain.
So that way you can, get some intuition about where the other one might be.
Oh, what's this funny bomb jump? Oh no, he jumps off right before it explodes.
I have, in fact, done exactly that before, Hack, where the lamp was in swamp, so I knew the flute had to be somewhere that wasn't lamp locked.
Are there any items you need to finish TH? I assume it's Tower of Hera besides a weapon. You need a fire source in order to get the chest at the bottom of the tower, if that is indeed an item you need to grab.
Right, you're going to need some of that.
But other than that, you just need a sword or the hammer to take out the boss.
Ideally, you'd rather not have to go down there, but sometimes you have to.
Oh, Jenja, no!
Ooh. And Jenja gets trolled by Trolldorm. We've got plenty of very experienced runners in the chat, and they will all tell you that they have been trolled by Trolldorm before.
Why, myself just today, in fact. Oh,
trolled
round.
again.
Alright, round 3, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Christos picking up a few.
No.
Oh no! Jenja gets uber trolled. Gets knocked down 2 whole floors. Christos does the risky bomb jump, as I call it. If you miss it, you fall down 2 floors.
Oh gosh.
But it does allow you to get back across without the boots very easily. All right, Jenja.
Oh jeez, he almost fell right back down again. Oh gosh.
Jenja did what appeared to be a spin with the fighter sword.
I believe
That's
the
gonna
spin...
it deals the same amount.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought, but... Yeah, making good use of the cape there for the last hit.
Yeah, he did a spin and then 2 hammers, and that put him in speed mode. Put Moldorm in speed mode, which is always frightening.
Is Chris going to Spike Cave? Oh, he's taking a look at his map.
We get a map check and a Spike Cave check. 10 health, full magic, and a cape. I think you're okay at this point, especially if you know how to use the hook shot to get through here quickly. Way to remember to pull that out early, as there is a little delay before you can use it.
Yeah,
Just 300 rupees.
that's one leg up that the Cane of Birna actually has over the cape. Cape does have a little bit of lag time before you can activate it when you unpause, but the blue cane does not have that.
Well, 300 rupees in Spike Cave isn't that great, but it does get them Zora money.
They do have the flippers. They haven't been over to the waterfall area yet, have they?
Absolutely not.
But we've had access to the side of Dark World for quite a while now, and we're just now getting over here to check it. It looks like Jim is taking the other route. He looks like he will be actually taking advantage of the flippers, I think. Yeah, he's going for a swim.
Let's see what's on the island. We've got a bottle. That may be actually something people go for, because we haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, if all the other bottles are locked by whatever the sick kid gives them, that could be their only way of getting that item.
So yeah, there's no... at the moment, everything that's being done by Jenja is a sequence break.
Oh yeah, because the flippers were up on DM.
Yeah. Christos going to the back of Skullwoods will be a sequence break because the sword was found up on Death Mountain. There's the Titan's Mitts in Skull Woods. Once again, the Skull Woods meme pays off.
Well, alright. So what does that give them access to? They can save the frog now. They can check out the peg cave and all that stuff.
We've also got East Death Mountain.
Yeah, they could continue the sequence break up there into East Death Mountain.
Turns out like Zora has the flute or something, and
well, we're going to be finding out shortly.
Alright, just another small key there for Christos. There's a red boomerang on the Zora ledge. And we will get to see what we can purchase from the Zora for the low, low price of 500 rupees.
Uh-oh, what is it?
It's a sword!
Alright, so...
So now we know that Christos is not sequence breaking.
Yeah.
There's the big key.
He probably assumes he isn't, because he would probably assume that a sword is available by this point somewhere.
Right. Swords are one of the more common items in the game. It seems unlikely that they're all locked behind something silly.
But it looks like he is not opting to clear out the dungeon quite yet.
Well, yeah, he's getting the big chest because he just picked up the big key.
I suppose so, but after
there's the Book of Mudora in the big chest.
The boss
and that is huge.
Well, that's desert access, and I suppose once they find that other sword, or once they get Death Mountain access, then Ether Tablet will be in sequence.
Yep, that is the entire, every single item that can be found here in, Skull Woods. But we also have a crystal, which Christos will go get, and the additional bonus of it being crystal number 6.
Yeah, we might not be seeing 7 for quite a while, depending on this bow location. But
right,
we're might as well clear
crystal 5 sitting there in Eastern Palace. So when the bow shows up, we might see that, but could be a while. I have seen the bow be extremely trolly.
favorite place for it, sitting there in Ganon's tower, though that isn't going to happen this time.
Nah. But it has happened. Yeah. There is one, particular spot that everybody loves where the bow could potentially be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it in case it curses people.
Alright. I know what you're talking about, but I can't speak its name.
Oh no, somebody in chat said it.
Oh crap. Anyway, Fighter's Sword Mothula. Hammer does tempered sword damage, so it's actually very strong against Moth. Of course, you have to deal with its really crappy hitbox, and Christos has a heart and a half left. Oh jeez.
You have to actually manage to get close to Mothula to be able to hit him and not die.
Oh.
Nice.
Whoa, what the heck, dude? He was pincered between those spikes. You see that? That was insane.
Wow.
That last hit was really good.
Yeah, Mothula is very trolly, especially with the spikes. The spikes are going to deal the same amount of damage to you no matter what. You really want to avoid them. And it looked like to me that Christos knew the situation he was in. He knew that he was going to have to take his time, line up everything, and get the shots he needed. And that's exactly what he did.
Oh, for sure. Looks like Jenya's going a little bit out of their way to stock up on health and magic here before getting into the last areas here. Ooh, is he gonna have magic to... Ooh, he's gonna get bullied a little bit by these Gibdos, but I think he is gonna get through.
Somebody ought to give Gibdos a lesson.
Well, we get into the boss here, but he's got a lot less health than he wants right now.
That's very true. Alright, so just a big heart on Bumper Cave. So while we do have the access to that, it doesn't look like he's going to go out of his way to grab it.
Though with the Master Sword, he can actually be a little more safe than Christos was during this fight.
Yeah, I believe if you hit it with 4 spins, it'll die with the Master Sword.
Oh, no.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. Jenya takes a death on Mothula.
He's going right back in. You know, if he knew about the stun prize, he could get one right before the boss.
Oh, absolutely. Wait. I remember... Oh, it's the Stalfos, right? Okay. I was like, what can you actually stun?
Oh, you can stun the mini Helmasaur with a hook shot. I think.
Yeah. I think you can also stun the silly Gibdos with a boomerang.
Blue guy. Oh yeah, you can stun the Gibdos. Well, he'll always drop a key. Well, I mean, I guess if he already has the key, he won't always drop a key.
Yeah, I don't know what that happens after he's already dropped it.
I'd assume it's a normal prize pack. I'm not sure though.
We'll see. Jenya getting up in Mothula's face.
He's being a little brave.
Yep.
Oh, what was that crazy bounce? Oh no. Oh no!
Oh, Fire Rod just trolling Jenya today. Meanwhile, Christos is cleaning out the front end of Thieves Town. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite item in the game, the magic powder.
Unlimited safety from that powder.
It's my favorite item, not close. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing. He must be death warping now, but I think he knew that chest couldn't be anything. I think he's found both items in here. Oh wait, no.
He's not gone back to the big chest.
That's right. So he doesn't have his book yet.
I think that might be what he does.
Yeah.
Just
Well-
come back to Mothula later when it's more convenient and easier to do.
Yeah, he might do that at this point. I don't know. It's just one of those things you hate to see. And it's one of those things you'd hate to do if you're playing as well, I guess.
Christos making his way through Grasshopper Alley. This is actually very treacherous in his current condition, having only green mail and the fighter's sword and no boots.
Yeah, those things do 2 hearts of damage to you with the green mail. It's a little scary if you're coming in here unequipped for it, but I feel like
See,
it'll be
Christos
okay.
hesitated there for just a slight amount, knowing that those grasshoppers were going to move right around then, and he wanted to make sure that none of them were going to run right into him. It's just these little bits of ability and play that we see from our runners that are just so high, such high caliber levels of play.
Perhaps a little poor time, but
I don't know
Jenja
what you're talking about.
Jenja having a missed bomb jump there, didn't have enough health to do it again, so just taking a quick death from the guy
That one
there.
looked a little low to me. That one still looks low. That one's good. Okay, he moved. There's that book for Jenja. And Christo's gonna head into the Thieves Town Big Chest. Just bombs there in the Thieves Town Big Chest. And we do know that Blind has an item.
Not only does he have an item, he also has the green pendant, so we'll be getting an extra item from that.
Nice. 2 for the price of 1.
Alright, Christos a little low on health, but I think... I believe he's experienced enough to not have too much issue with this.
Oh yeah, no problems here. Ooh,
Is what I say after he runs right into Blind.
oh boy. Heart and a half left.
Ooh.
Half a heart left.
Yeah, grab that cape, let's do it.
Cape strats. Everybody loves cape strats.
Better than dying, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Who cares about your pride? Just do it.
Yeah, 100%. If something goes wrong, you deal with it. Yeah, my favorite item to use there, well, my favorite safety item there is the Cane of Brian, because not only does it take less magic, it actually deals damage to the boss.
Yeah, to answer a question in chat, the asterisk on the dungeons, the one on the pendant that's at Thieves Town means that is the green pendant. That allows you to get the item from Sahasrara, where the Pegasus boots are in the normal game. And the ones
Here's
on the
Ether
crystals...
medallion.
Ooh. Oh, Jenja picking it up right next to him. The ones on the crystals denote crystals 5 and 6, which allow you to purchase the big bomb from the bomb shop where Link's house is in the Dark World. That lets you blow open the pyramid fairy room where 2 chests are there to replace where the gold sword and silver arrows are in the base game.
Right, because there's some weirdness with throwing in a sword and picking up a random item. That seems unlikely.
Stove's gonna be doing his digging adventure.
Oh yeah.
So now that they have picked up that green pendant from Thieves Town, once they head over to Sahasrara, they will be able to get an extra item from there.
Yeah, that was actually 30.
30 digs for 1 rupee.
And did you see what happened there? Christos made it out without the text box.
That was really close.
That was impressive. Alright, so Christos gonna be rescuing the frog smith.
And doing his slow peg cape. And you don't have the boots, unfortunately. This is how you gotta do it.
Yeah, unfortunately. The peg cave is actually really really fun when you do have the boots. Of course, this is a Japanese 1.0 exclusive glitch, which is item dashing, but it allows you to knock down those pegs in one go while you're still dashing. It's pretty great.
Christo's electing not to pick up that 20 rupees, so he will remain with 666 rupees for the time being.
Yep. So I guess we know now how he managed to escape the digging game after 30 digs without a without a text box. He might have, called on the power of Satan.
Oh no. No, it must be Bowser, right? Because he's playing Roy.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm sure.
Nobody's calling on the
666
power of Satan.
I'm sure 666 and Bowser go just as well together.
Seems pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
He's about to turn in some of that money anyway.
Just the bombs today.
Anti-Christos.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, he got the powder, didn't he? Nice. Makes a whole lot of sense then.
It is powder time. Let's see what Batman has. Rupees.
Well, dang. Well, where do you go now? I need to be like keeping track better of potential places to go next.
Well,
the game still doesn't think they have Death Mountain access, to be honest. Right. Oh, he's got the book. He's gonna go down to desert.
Go to desert. The book is not locked. Was not boot locked because Skull Woods, you had access to that. Or it's not fire locked or lamp locked or flute locked or whatever. So the book was fine. Another place they have access to right now, without any sort of sequence break, is Ice Palace.
Oh gosh. Well, Ice Palace, the flippers were in Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, you're right. The flippers, duh. I keep forgetting that the flippers are required to get into Ice Palace.
I mean, that may not stop them from checking.
Everybody fake flippers.
There's another sword just sitting there.
There's another sword in Nagina's cave. Nobody goes to Nagina's cave. Yeah, pyramid catfish is a thing. We don't like to go to pod without the bow, but we can, and it's not nearly as bad as it used to be in version 26.
I don't think he got far enough forward to check the ledge, but I imagine.
I don't believe he did.
I imagine he won't ignore that. Yeah, the Roy sprite there when using the book is actually pretty good.
Alright, so let's see what's on the torch. It's a big heart.
Ooh, desert is completable then.
Yeah, Desert Palace is not boot locked. Which means we may never see the boots for all we know.
It's okay, they'll be right over here. That's how it goes, right? You don't need the boots for desert, but you'll find the boots in desert.
That's how it tends to go, I think. I think it's somewhere in the logic. And by that I mean it's nowhere in the logic.
And yeah, he does have that green pendant to turn in. They both do, actually. But that is kind of far away for just that. I mean, I don't know. There's still a bunch of stuff, like multiple things near each other to check, rather than hoofing it way over there just for the green. They'll get to it, though.
Seems legit. Alright, so here we go. Christos going to check the contents of the big chest here in Desert Palace. Now we note there's only one item left here in Desert. So we're either going to find the compass or the item here in the big chest. And it's the compass.
Well, good thing it's a crystal, because Lanmos has the last item anyway.
Yep. Very true.
Yeah, Jinja did skip Skullwoods for now. He got to the end. There was a little trouble on Mothula, but he's gonna come back when he's better equipped in order to take him out.
Alright, so let's see what's down here. On the ledge, we've got 10 arrows.
Oh, man. Well, I suppose Pod could, be the play and have something, but what are we gonna get from Lanmolas here? Are we finally gonna get the lamp? Or the flute, maybe?
Very well might. I mean, pedestal is a thing. Before we can do pedestal, we need the mirror. But other than that, every other dungeon there should be allowable.
Oh, so that must mean we're gonna get the mirror right here, right?
Could be. We will see. I think Jenja might be...
Is he going to Ice Palace?
is he making the Ice Palace play? Is this happening?
Oh, man.
This is happening.
Very nice Lanmolas fight there from Christos.
Excellent.
There's the flute!
And the flute! Okay. Okay, we're gonna need you to come in for your witch trial. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so that is the game's first that is their first access to Death Mountain, like right there, by item logic anyway.
That breaks it wide open.
Yeah. So up there, what did they find up there? They found the flippers, but was that it? And bombos. Let's see. Well, I suppose that may very well give them Meyer access, provided it is bombos.
Yep. So, here in a second, I have something I have to do when the flute happens.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
All rise. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and so it's time to sing a silly little thing and wish you luck. Have some wonderful food, turkey, ham, or tofu, but whatever you do, don't eat swag duck.
This is fantastic.
All right.
I'm pretty happy right now. That was fun.
Yeah. Some people love it, some people don't, but most people can deal with it.
Ah, whatever. It's all good fun here. Who cares? Thank you for the lovely anthem that I hope is going to be like... Are you going to have like a greatest hits album?
Maybe. We'll see. So, Jenja, let's get back to these runners. Jenny's in Ice Palace, and Christos is checking out Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, he's got a lot to check here. With his new gloves, he knows all of this is open in the logic right now, so he may very well find his next big item here. But to be honest, it could also be an Ice Palace. But with Ice Palace being a pendant,
Hey!
oh god, there's the boots.
The boots.
All right then.
right, so Chris is going to check what the Turtle Rock medallion requirement is, and it's bombos.
Well. Huh, that's pretty convenient. Without the red cane, not going to be able to get in there.
So
I guess...
Yeah,
Oh, go
so
ahead.
Ice Paladins was going to be a sequence break, but because the flippers were up on Death Mountain, but we found the flute at Land Molus, so it's not technically a sequence break anymore. It's just that Jenya doesn't have the item required to break it.
Alright, time for boot spots. We'll be checking out King's Tomb here in the Bonk Rocks, and I don't know if they've checked the Aghanim Ledge or not, but if he hasn't, he might as well do it right now.
So let's see what's in the King's Tomb. Hey, there's the shovel in Ice Palace.
Oh.
And heart container. Or heart piece, excuse me.
So I've gotten to the mind recently that there's no reason to go out of your way to check the Aghanim 1 ledge until you actually get the boots. Because this makes it a perfect time to go check it too, because you're right over here for the Bonk Rocks. It makes a pretty good, you know, routing right up there, but either he already checked it or he doesn't care.
Yeah, I believe it's already been checked. At the very least. I know one of them checked it. Now that being said, that's the first time I've heard it referred to as the Aghanim 1 ledge. I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, the lumber ledge, the
Right,
lumberjack
cave.
Yeah,
But
that makes,
yeah,
makes more sense.
Yeah, the referring to it as the Aghanim 1 ledge also makes sense because it requires Aghanim 1. There are some items that cannot be on the pedestal. For example, the hammer can never be on the pedestal.
What? You can have the hammer on the pedestal, sure.
Wait, no, I'm making that up. It's the hammer that's always required to complete the game. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, the lamp was in the mire shed.
I get it backwards. Yeah. Mire shed.
Yeah,
Yes,
the hammer... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Don't pay any attention to me when I'm talking about pedestal, because I'm bad. Alright.
It is exceedingly rare for the hammer to be on the pedestal, but it is possible. The hammer is always required in the game to finish it, considering that there are 4 dungeons, I believe, that require the hammer. So you're always going to have at least one crystal that needs it.
4 dungeons require you to have the hammer to either get in or finish it. Interestingly enough, if you do entrance randomizer, the hammer is no longer necessarily required.
Yeah, some pretty rare situations, but yeah, it can totally happen. Because the hammer is only needed to enter Turtle Rock, it's not needed for anything inside of it.
Very true.
But it looked like Ice Palace was a bust. There was nothing there.
Yep.
Jenya's going to be continuing his current sequence break up to Dark Death Mountain. He'll be finding the boots up here.
Yeah, but Jenya's going to want to find that flute.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty soon.
Oh, I suppose we got the shovel from Ice Palace, but we'll still need to see if that was anything. Yeah, Moon Pearl on pedestal is probably one of the rarest things in the game, I would assume. I believe the layout of the world, like the pendants and the crystals, is actually before the item placement. So you would have to get 3 pendant dungeons in the light world and then be lucky enough for the pearl to end up on the pedestal.
Right. It's extremely unlikely.
bow can be on pedestal this seed. Yeah, it absolutely could.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't want to mention that.
Oh crap, that's right. We were trying to. Oh man, I promise.
All right, I blame you, Mikan.
Oh no.
I blame you.
If we find that mirror, it can. That's gonna open up whatever is on the pedestal.
There's an item in Misery Mire. Have we found the other item?
I just heard the heart piece, I think, right there, but I can't remember if we saw another one yet.
Yeah, I think Christos would not be heading this direction if we'd found it. Unless he's still looking for the big key, of course. There's the other item.
There it is. 2 heart pieces, really? He's out. No cane to Samaria, can't get to the boss.
Yep, no cane. No cane do. And of course, that cane could also be there on the pedestal.
It's like we're going into Eastern Palace of Darkness. No, just Eastern Palace right now. Oh, he's turning in the green pendant.
Right. Green pendant it is.
Oh no. He's getting bullied by some rocks here. Aw,
Just
man.
a blue rupee from Zazrala. He's just... You know, you ever feel underpaid? I mean, I broke into a thieves' hideout and destroyed a shape-shifting evil being, and all you're gonna hand me is $5? I am not getting paid enough for this.
It's his retirement fund. He doesn't have a whole lot going out to pay, you know?
Sounds like somebody didn't invest well. Alright, so Christos is gonna head into Palace of Darkness, aka Mullet Mansion, for some stuff.
Like, the menuing is a little awkward here. The cape's at the very bottom, and they have nothing else down there.
Oh yeah, it's kind of gross.
Menuing, it doesn't seem like it, but it actually plays a pretty big part in here, considering how Swiss cheesy your menu gets after finding random items everywhere.
Yep. So there's 5 items here in Palace of Darkness. Part of Pod is going to be locked by the bow. Specifically, there are 2 chests on the right-hand side and 1 item potentially at Helmasaur, neither of which you can reach without the bow by the logic. There's that big key. If you're Andy, you can hover over and get that chest on the right.
Can you really?
Oh yeah, some do it.
Alright. Well, there's just a small key, so now he can go a little bit further. Normally, you'd come down here and have the bow, it can continue on, but if you don't got it, you can't do it. So he'll be able to access the back of the palace from here. You know what? Okay, never mind. This makes sense too. So, if this chest he's about to open turns out to be an item, he knows that the bow is somewhere else.
So I think Christos is trying to narrow down the location of the bow as quickly as possible.
Hey, hey.
50 rupees. So we know the bow's not in here, so he's going to have to come back anyway. So he's going to get out.
That makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Now, you have to play like Pod will not key lock you. But apparently there is a potential key lock in Pod currently in the logic.
Where's he going now? Is he going over to Pyramid and
Pyramid
Catfish?
Catfish seems like a thing.
He does have... Wait. Hold on a second. Oh wait, no, Eastern Palace is the other. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't Fat Fairy yet either. We need Bow. So let's see what's up here on the pyramid.
I love the spin speed up here. It's really nice. Just the blue mail. Is he gonna take it? Nah.
Yes, I am aware that there was a pod key lock in a seed in this tournament, and that in the case that happens, it does get replayed, and people waste a bunch of time. But I don't wish that on anybody, and it's an unlikely thing.
Oh, Jenja just barely gets that one cycle Moldorm.
Nice. Well done, and the flute is acquired. Now, Christos did what I call a gutsy move. You saw what was on the pyramid, right?
Yeah, it was the blue mail, and he totally did not grab it.
He did not pick it up. He's just like, nope, I'm out. Just a big 20 from the catfish, and so where will we head next?
We're still missing some pretty major items in the cane, the bow, and potentially the mirror.
Yeah, very true. I think Christos is picking up one solitary loose square, and that is the spiral cave.
Yeah, both of them skipped that, didn't they? I suppose he will also be able to check the ether tablet if he's willing to go that far.
Yeah, ether tablet is live. Jenja, of course, picked up that tempered sword in Agina's cave.
Yeah, since the spiral cave spits you out at the bottom of the mountain, I definitely agree with coming to check the tablet first before heading over there.
Seems entirely legit. And ether tablet has big 20.
Nothing. Guessing the sword was in ice. No, Zora? Was it Zora that sold the sword,
Zora.
I believe?
Zora had the sword, the third sword. Correct.
Yeah. Wait, has Christos even been swimming yet?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Another thing they haven't checked. I don't think either player has checked lunchbox, which is a possibility.
Yeah, yes, Ice Palace was total garbage. There was nothing in Ice Palace. Oh, the shovel was in Ice Palace, but has
Right, the
Jenja
shovel.
dug that up?
It was the single arrow.
Oh, was it really? Oh my gosh, I
Yep.
completely missed that. Yeah, unless they find the mirror and this ends up being a pedestal seed, Ice Palace was completely garbage. And Christos, he's gonna be finally using his flippers to grab all this extra stuff. So he'll be getting his tempered sword, and I think that was about it.
Yep. I don't see him going out of his way to pick up the red boomerang. So Jenja's going to pick up that lamp here in the Meyer shed.
He sees that he can get into Meyer if he wants to, but both items in there are just 2 pieces of heart, unfortunately. So Christos might be hopping into Ice Palace soon, maybe after this. And Jenja will be hopping into Meyer, 2 dungeons which aren't going to do our players any good.
Mm-hmm. So what is left? I mean,
Oh,
you
no.
mentioned lunchbox.
Bird. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it, Jenja? Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bird toss. Unfortunately, Cane and Vanilla is not going to happen because both of the items here in Misery Mire are pieces of heart, and that's it.
Yeah, Myers only got 2 items, despite all of the chests it has. Most of them are useless keys.
Can't do checkerboard check because you don't have the mirror. And so there's all sorts of things that are out of the logic right now.
Well, looks like he's gonna be doing the lunchbox now. He doesn't really want to go into Ice Palace at all, does he?
And I mean, unless my brain is not working, which it probably isn't, lunchbox is it.
Let's see. They can't finish Eastern, of course. They can't go any further in Pod. Without the mirror, there's a bunch of overworld they can't do. Well, not a bunch, but like at least 3 spots if you include the island bottle. You said the shovel was nothing.
Yeah, I think Christos never checked his mushroom, but it's not going to turn out to be important.
Yeah. Man. Look at all these suggestions in chat of all the stuff they've already done. We've seen Catfish, we've seen the chest game, we've seen the bat, we've seen the, we haven't seen the pedestal, but that doesn't really matter if we don't have the mirror right now.
I don't know if Jenja necessarily cleared out everything in Ice Palace.
Here we go.
Wow. So, I think Jenja might have not hit part of Ice Palace.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he hit the tea room.
Oh, the iced tea room with the 2 jellyfish guys?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I feel like he skipped some of it.
They did check Spike Cave, yes. Someone checked Spike
Cave. Been checked. You can't do pedestal without mirror in this seed because to get the pedestal we have to get into Swamp Palace, and Swamp Palace requires the mirror to get into.
Yeah, so that still leaves the bow and the cane on the pedestal, I suppose, but the mirror will not be there.
Bow and cane are potential items.
Why not go Turtle Rock? Because you don't have the cane to go into Turtle Rock. That is why he's not going to TR. If he could, I am absolutely sure he would have by now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd go into Turtle Rock over Ice Palace at this point.
Oh, any day. Oh yeah, he could just hover Turtle Rock. That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, just what? 40 solid tiles of hovering.
And yeah, picking up his disappointment and leaving a nice surprise.
This is perplexing.
Where's he going? Yeah. Jenja is running around in circles. Where are you headed?
There has not been a dip into Aghanim's tower. There's no real point in it.
Yeah, there's no items in there.
Though if you plan on playing Key Sanity at any point, throw that knowledge out the window.
I had the flute in Aghanim's tower just today, in fact.
That's fun. Both players have dipped Eastern, and Christos dipped Pod. Jenja will be doing the same shortly.
Yeah, Christos quickly confirmed that the majority of Pod was locked behind the bow. So we'll see if Jenja makes the same choice or not, I suppose.
Yeah, Key Sanity is pretty close to a hundo run. That's absolutely true. Christos picking up that shovel. He's like, really?
Now,
I believe lumberjacks were checked.
are you sure? You said they both took the north route, so I would assume so, but...
I think Jenya checked it. I don't know if Christos checked it.
But did you see what it was?
You know, my brain has rupees there, but... yeah, heart. Okay. Full heart.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Alright. I don't think I got into the call until they were already past that. Oh, Jenya taken to death! Luckily it was right at the start of pod, so it's not really going to set it back too much.
That actually may be a little faster.
Oh yeah, because you don't have the mirror to do stuff.
Doing pod without the mirror is a sad state of affairs. Right, so Christos is coming out of here and going to the iced tea room.
Yeah, this is the chest you said you missed, so I'm really curious to see what's in here.
We have seen Bumper Cave, Bonk Rocks, and King's Tomb.
Alright, moment of truth, here we go. There's the bow!
Is in the iced tea room!
Oh no!
Oh! Wow. That is huge. That is plain huge. So now Jenya is gonna be scrambling to catch up here. Already gone into Ice Palace.
How long is it gonna take him to get back there?
Oh dear. He's got one silly room just out of the way.
I mean, he could very well find the cane back here. Oh, well, no. He's already done. Never
I
mind.
believe he has. We still have the potential of the cane being on the pedestal, and I think that might be Jenya's best hope at this point.
Now, okay, so Jenya saw Cold Stare drop the small key, so he must know that the cane has to be before this, which means that the cane is not on the pedestal.
Cold Stare having a small key means the cane has to be available?
Yes.
Interesting. I will have to work that out in my head. Oh yeah. Huh. Dropping the knowledge all day. So, pedestal is in fact dead.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
We super dead.
Have either dipped Mire yet? Yes, they have both dipped Mire. Both items in Mire were pieces of heart, so there is nothing in there except a juicy crystal that they will need to get.
Now, what about... so, the cane had to be available to get to Cold Stare, but did it have to be available to get that bow?
No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I couldn't imagine, because you can get to that bow I mean, the other way, right? The way he went?
Yeah, I think so. So if the bow is fine, then it could be that the cane is on Fat Fairy. The logic may have expected you to go into ice, grab the bow, come out, go get Fat Fairy, get the cane, and then go back in to clear Cold Stare. If you wanted to clear ice for some reason.
If you wanted to, yeah, but we know that there will be no reason to do that.
Let's see. Christos went to pod at one point. I think what Christos is going to do is he's going to clear Eastern, get the crystal, and then do Fat Fairy check en route to pod. There it is! Cane of Samaria! Speak up. I have something to tell you.
Oh, do I have quite a treasure?
I've been told that if you read the fine print, that that is in fact required to be Cane.
Oh my gosh. What a video game, dude. Well, that's go mode, yeah. Isn't it? I don't want to like jump the gun here.
Yep. Sound looks like a thing to me.
We don't need Quake, we don't need the mirror.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, if the cane had not been there, I think that's what Christos would have done. But either way, you needed to take the portal to get to pod because there was no mirror. Now, we've not found any silver arrows yet, which means we may see silverless strats. The bow was in #that1 chest in Ice Palace.
The iced tea. Oh man. Jenya is just kind of scraping the bottom for just locations way out in nowhere that he may have missed.
He's like, seriously, how have I not found the next progression item yet? He skipped that last chest in Ice Palace, and that is what cost him this particular lead. Now, anything can happen, but Christos is in go mode and only has 3 more crystals to gather.
Well, he went to Link's house and got some health. That's pretty telling of going to Ice Palace, isn't it? Is what I feel like.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, he's
We're
going.
heading back down to Lake Hylia. Alright, so Christos watching the 14-second cutscene of Delight.
It's still an odd menu. It's stupid cape at the bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. The cane makes it a little better.
Jenya doing
Not
what
by
I
much.
always do when I double dip Ice Palace. I defeat those enemies in the first room even though I don't need to.
And you're like, wait, no, I already have the key. What am I doing?
Yep.
It's just you don't expect to have to be in here again. And it's just the feeling that you just don't really want to have.
Alright, Helmosaur, let's go.
The thing is, I think Jenya could have gotten it. He just didn't. And whether it was a calculated risk or a simple misjudgment, we may not know, but unfortunately that's going to really hurt Jenya for this race.
Oh yeah, what I was saying earlier before I got distracted by the pedestal. that as soon as he saw that Cold Stare had a key, he should know that the cane was somewhere. Not that he was necessarily looking for the cane specifically, but that it was definitely not here. Or that, I'm sorry, to be more specific, that there is still an item somewhere in there.
Right.
But man, yeah, that's really unfortunate. That's not something you want to see. It's just a big gamble that didn't pay off, I suppose. Anyway, half magic off Helmsroar King. That would have been cool early on when all they had was the fire and the ice rod.
Half magic. That's gonna make Trinex a lot easier once we get up there. Won't have to worry as much about your shots, though I don't think ChristosOwen is ever worried about his shots.
And there's the rage slashes, and I don't blame him at all.
Jenja is raging for days. I'd be raging for days. And now Jenja is off to do either Eastern or Pod or something. Yep, he's going to 5. So he's going to do Pod first.
Yeah, the Pod Eastern combo is definitely something you want to do when you can.
Well, he can't.
Oh, I guess he doesn't have a mirror. Never mind.
Right. I mean, at this point, it's pretty much even which way you go first, because you're going to have to go to the other one anyway. But the problem is, because he's going to Pod, he's not going to have the cane, so he's going to check the remaining chests he had available.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
He could make up a little bit of time if one of those chests happens to be the mirror.
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably what he's hoping for, actually.
So, what is the actual name of the sprite from Secret of Mana?
Oh gosh.
I know he's often referred to as Sprite, but I think he has an actual name.
I think it's Popoi.
Boy. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a recent thing, because there's a Secret of Mana remake coming out, and I think they named them in that. But I don't know if that name was actually in the original release or not. Or maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah. So the English translation just says Sprite, so that makes sense. Alrighty, here we go. So Christos finishing off Vitreous in short form, or short order. That's the word I'm looking for.
We'll be heading up Turtle Rock, which will be the last crystal.
Yeah, killed him in conjunctive normal form. I mean, wait. Sorry. So, Christos heading up to Turtle Rock. In order to reach Turtle Rock, you have to come there from the light world and then pound some stakes down. I have an important question for you that you may or may not know the answer to.
What's up?
Was there anything in the game that indicated the order in which you needed to pound these down except just trying it?
Oh gosh, I don't think so. I mean, it's only 3 pegs, so there's only, what, 6 combinations?
Yeah, there's six permutations, but yeah.
Even with that said, my first time doing Randomizer was my first time playing the game in like 15 years or so, and I still took like 8 tries to get them all down right. Even though there's only 6 combinations, it still took me about 8 tries.
Apparently, there's a hint somewhere on a Sahasrahla tablet.
What?
But I have no idea. There was an audio cue, like if you hit the wrong one, it would beep at you and say,
Yeah, it does do that for sure.
But you'd still have to leave the screen and come back to do it again. And nobody wants to deal with dead rocks more than once. Alright, so ChristosOwen finds a small key in the first chest. And let's see what we find over on the fire rod section. Should randomize the peg order. Get out.
Oh no. That would be so frustrating.
Do not give the developers any ideas.
There's the other cane.
Yeah, so we've got Cane of Brian. So Brian, if you're watching, we found your cane.
You have to come all the way to Turtle Rock to get it.
Yep. All right. So there we go. Very nice cane dash strat to deal with the chain chomp room there. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Go Mode Turtle Rock is not really that different than normal T-Rock. The only difference is really this key coming up from the pokey enemy and maybe being able to skip it on Laser Bridge, so yeah, it's really not all that bad.
And unfortunately, right now, he's really going to have to use this key in its intended location. Maybe.
Oh, because he doesn't have the big key yet?
Yeah, he doesn't have the big key.
Maybe he does, because he's leaving.
Maybe you got it in the last... No, that was the bug net. You got small key, Brian, bug net.
Well, he seems to think he has it, so I guess we'll find out. But you can also make a huge gamble on skipping the big chest, which he doesn't have the big key. He forgot it. He just realized. Yep, he's going back. Turns out you were right after all. Anyway, as I was saying, you can try to gamble on skipping the big chest, but yeah, there's the bomb. Nice. But if that has a key in it, you're gonna need to grab it, so you don't really want to skip on that if you can avoid it. In very rare situation, you can. I think if you have 2 small keys by the time you make it to that intersection there.
Yeah. Seems reasonable. Sorry about that, my internet's having issues.
Sure sounds that way. But I can still hear you, you're fine. Right, Jenja taking out Armos Knights, grabbing his Cane of Samaria. And that will put him in go mode as well.
Excellent.
So he'll need to go get his revenge on Mothula. And then do both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. But man, that is a long way to come back. Yeah, Jenya had skipped a chest in Ice Palace that contained the bow, and it took him quite a while to get back to it. That's really the main reason for the differences right now, I believe.
Yeah. All right. So, Christos made it into the dark room in the basement. Did I just miss the big key or something, or what?
You were right. It actually was on the center island there, and he just forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
He went back to it and bombed it.
That makes sense. All right, so Christo's doing some nice dash strats to get through here on the laser bridge, and of course, because the laser bridge is the laser bridge, it's being trolly and making sure that you have to go to the very last chest to pick up that key.
Yeah, it looks like Chris is playing it super safe. He's only got 4 hearts, and we've actually got no bottles this run, so we have no safety other than the powder, I believe. Oh, nope, Boomerang does not stun those guys. Hookshot does, though.
Yeah, no bottles. We only saw one, and we can't even get to it. Because it requires the mirror.
He remembered. Oh no, you got blasted anyway. I was gonna say he remembered the stun prize. I thought he was gonna use the cane right there to make him invincible to walk right through that. But I mean, I guess that works too.
Yeah, sometimes you want to do the swag dash. Yeah. I mean, if Christos knew how far ahead he was, he could mess around a bit. But fortunately, he doesn't know that. Because, you know, finding that bow when he did, that was one of the last locations he had to check. If not the last location he had to check. And so he had to feel behind finding that bow as well.
Alright, can he do the 0 cycle? Oh. It's
Not
difficult
quite
with
on the 0 cycle.
Yeah, it's difficult with the tempered.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible. I mean, it's possible. Don't get me wrong. It might be a TAS-only thing, though. Maybe not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But, nice try next fight either way. Doesn't even make it to the left side wall.
Yeah, very nice on the last head there, and that does it.
Alright, are you more accustomed to doing this game? Oh, yeah, you're already on it.
So who wants to start guessing the big key? There are 22 locations, and you've only got a very short amount of time, because we close this off as soon as Christos enters Ganon's tower. So make sure you put in your guesses now. If you are subscribed to the channel or have donated at least 250 bits, actually subscribe to any of the Speed Gaming channels, you will be allowed to make your mark on the leaderboard if you get it right. So, here we go. Where do you think it's going to be, Mikan?
Oh, geez. You know, I don't think the seed has been mean enough to put it in the tile room. It doesn't feel like the seed has been mean at all. So it's got to be mean somewhere, right?
Well, it was mean with the bow.
Bombs and bombs. Nice. That wasn't that mean.
I mean, it was in that one chest in Ice Palace. Nobody wants to go to that one chest in Ice Palace.
I don't blame you. There's the mirror!
The mirror is on the torch!
That's pretty convenient, too, because depending on where the big key is, he'll use the mirror to get right back to the start.
Yeah. If Jenny goes right side first, that could be a problem.
Well, without a key, he's not going to be able to.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I know how this works.
More bombs.
Thank you to Leon and GG for that subscription. And we got a couple of small keys. It looks like Christos is now going right side.
Is this the fabled Dark Magician route? I suppose in that
Very
case,
well
we
could
would check
be.
the right side first. It's close.
So my guess is usually Bob's chest. Why? Because what's
Well,
my name?
Yeah, you're biased.
You're not wrong. Alright, so here we go. Nice little... Jenya's fighting Mothula right now. That's a thing. We've finally got revenge on Mothula for dealing with that. Not much there for Christos as he proceeds further on. He's actually doing the full right side, it looks like.
I like that dash when you're aligned with the bottom of the hole. You go right underneath the star tiles too. Just having a little trouble with the second set.
Yep, very true. And so Mothula finally goes down on Jenya's side, and that leaves Jenya with just Turtle Rock to complete. So Christos will go through this door, and that will take him toward Bob's chest. So he has checked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 locations right now. So this will be his 12th. Just a small key in Bob's. And let's see what is behind the Ice Armos.
We get a vanilla big key.
Very well could happen.
Oh, got a little too much velocity there.
Not getting the quick kill, but that will do it. Let's see what we have here. There's a small piece of heart. Oh, nothing.
Hey, nice green goo. I'll take it.
So that was number 15, if I'm not mistaken. So now we've got to look at the map room, or the firebar room, the hookshot room, and the rando room. Then after that, it's tile room.
I can't believe that was their first bottle.
That was definitely their first bottle.
They just got the mirror so they can go grab a second one now.
Oh, yeah. Sick Kid has the red mail. Or silvers, yeah, that would be hilarious. So, question for you, Mikon. If you're heading up the tower, you've got Tempered Sword, but you don't have silvers. How many of the chests on the way up do you check?
I would definitely... I would probably... Gosh. The top 4 are really tempting. I would definitely check the Moldorm 2 chest and maybe the one before him as well.
Right.
The one in the mini Helmosaur room, I'm not sure about. It's how I'm feeling at the moment.
And there it is, chest number 21 for ChristosOwen, right before the tile room. He was gonna have to go there, and here we go. So congratulations to Karakasa. For that one.
What does he win?
Well, first of all, he gets himself right there on this 2-win slot on the leaderboard. And second of all, I'm told that I'm told that we have an archive of Herfy Durfy's love and affection just lying around.
Oh wow.
And also some greatest swag duck hits. Christos.
There is an album. I knew it.
I don't know what you're talking about. So did he just get like the single dash strat in that room?
Well, I know he didn't take the safety room whenever he had 2.5 hearts.
Ooh,
which was a little concerning.
Well,
as long
like
as
we
he
said,
can make it.
Like I said, he's actually got to feel pretty behind because his very last move was to pick up that bow. There, like it was the last possible place he could have checked.
Ooh, well, at least he made it here. He can get some health back. Oh man, that was scary.
Yeah, so he did pick up the anti-fairy here, so dealing with Land Mollis shouldn't be too difficult. Did miss the one cycle a little bit, but no problem there. And
I love these wizard rooms.
Yep. It looks like Jenya might be doing the same thing that Christos did.
I think he has the big key though.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I think I saw the island empty.
I'm dumb.
Well, you were right the first time, so I don't know.
He's got the big key. I don't know what I'm talking about. Christos takes care of those torches in the second room. No despawn. We don't want to despawn. Christos looks to be checking basically all of the chests on the way up, which, you know, I don't blame him. Get that little edge. If you find silvers, you're going to be in a huge advantage if your opponent doesn't pick them up.
I think you've checked enough in this case that there's very little places the silvers can actually be still, so the probability they are here is fairly high, so I definitely don't blame him for checking them out.
I'm going to be very vigilantly watching the credits to see what the sick kid has. No, just a big 20 in the final chest, and Christos will be heading off to Ganon 2. Got just a little bit of bouncing around and some energy orbs to knock back in his face.
Alright, Jenya finds a small key. He's... oh my gosh, nice triple there. Jenya will be going into the Trinex fight here momentarily.
And denied by the unfortunate blue projectiles there. And that's a 3-1-2 from Christos.
Oh, nice cane dash there on Jenya's side there. There. Getting through that room without much trouble at all. It always looks really fancy getting that.
So Jenya finishing off, we'll be heading up to Trinex. Meanwhile, Christos will be heading to the final bout with Ganon himself inside the pyramid. Alright, so we are on a Tempered Sword Silverless Ganon fight, which is what you expect to see in sort of a no major glitches run. You're going to take 12 slashes or 6 spins or some combination that adds up legitimately to take down each of the first 2 phases of Ganon. Then after that happens, you'll have 1 slash per jump on phase 3. And then on phase 4, you're going to want to do 12 spin attacks at just the right time.
Yeah, normally you would think that you'd need the silver arrows to defeat Ganon, but actually you do not. With some well-timed spins right as Ganon starts to teleport, you can actually deal damage to him. It does take significantly longer, of course, because you only need 4 silver arrows, but I mean, it could still be done.
It's actually sort of a glitch that Ganon even has a health value.
In the light world? Were they in Mimic Cave?
Whoa. It could have been a sick kid.
Could be a sick kid.
Could have been a pedestal. Oh boy.
Alright, getting 3 spins per torchlight is exactly
That
what you
is.
want to do here.
Yeah, and it's very nicely done. So, one thing I recommend to anyone trying to learn Silverless Ganon, dodge the fire bats.
Oh yeah, don't get hit by
Christos
those.
finishing it off.
Especially when you only have green mail. Don't get hit by those fire bats because they'll do 4 hearts of damage.
And here we go. Christos finishes it off with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 2 seconds. GG to him. We'll see if we can get him in here to talk about it. Though I'm told there is a race starting again on this channel right soon.
Alright, looks like Jenja did the same thing, the same route through G Tower. After the skeleton room, he went over towards... Oh, he's checking the tower room.
Nice.
You gotta think. Oh no!
Oh, and he gets wrecked by the Fall Master guy. The clutch. Jenya's saying, I think I can forfeit. But... And hello, Christos. GG.
Oh, yeah, we have Christos on the channel. I can't hear you.
Neither can I.
I was on push to talk, sorry.
There you are.
Hello.
Hi.
And congratulations.
I was pretty sure I was behind. Took me a real long time to find Kane. I should have gone into ice a lot earlier than I did. It was like almost the last place I could have gone. Not Kane, sorry, Bo. Which then led to
Oh,
Kane.
right, yeah.
And then I was trying to play well, and I forgot the big key internal rock. And then my Ganon's tower ended up being super unlucky. So it's a bit of a catastrophe. So I was thinking that I was like borderline losing.
Well,
Close race.
everywhere that you had an unlucky moment, your opponent was worse off. Because he went into Ice Palace very early on and skipped that chest.
Oh no, dude. See, I've done that mistake once against Amazing Avarice in the Swiss, and it cost me the race. So I'm never skipping an Ice Palace chest ever again.
Mm.
I can sympathize, or empathize rather, with how he feels. That's pretty painful.
Sick kid had the silvers.
The arrow sharpening.
No way.
Yeah,
Cool.
your first
So-
bottle was in G Tower.
I'm,
That's
I'm doing
hilarious.
this right. Should
I was
be-
thinking, he said Light World, I was thinking, well,
I think
haven't I
it's for some
checked? I was
reason on
like, there's
our tracker,
Pedestal,
who's,
there's Sick
still
Kid,
in the
there's,
other
I think,
race
Mimic
right now.
Cave. I think those are,
Crystal's-
oh,
Yeah,
and Bombo's
They're just finishing
traveling in the mirror spots.
There's Jenja right there, so good GG to you, sir.
But yeah, I was checking upstairs GT, hoping to
Yeah, I
find
saw.
silvers.
So, do we want Jenja to come in for a sec? I think so.
Also, hey there,
Sweet.
hey dude.
All right. Let's see.
Alright, I'm gonna drag him in here then.
There we go. Hey, Jenja.
All right. I guess you guys. can
Welcome.
He's not in here.
Hey, what's up?
hop down to
Yo,
some-
good game,
Let me
Jen.
get the stream started.
Yeah,
All right. Rick, how do you want to open?
All right,
it?
so
Already-
I have
filled
to
in
ask,
on what happened.
Just give me a
Pretty
second, alright?
painful.
'cause,
as
just
painful
from
as
the
it is, I
start-
have to ask you, was
Hello.
the decision to skip that chest in Ice Palace, was it calculated or not?
Hey,
It was
Jenya?
calculated, actually.
Welcome.
Like,
He's not in here.
I mean,
Yo,
at that
good game,
point,
Jenj.
because I already had such a absolute terrible start. Like, everything just went wrong.
Alright, so I
I'm
have
sorry
to ask-
for everyone who
What
witnessed
happened?
this
Pretty
very, very
painful.
poor
As painful as it is, I have to
performance.
ask you,
But I was
was
like, okay, you know,
the
with
decision to skip that chest in
ChristosOwen
Ice Palace, was
being
it
the
calculated
player
or
that
not?
he is, like, my only shot right now is just, you know, to bank on like the pedestal or something. So I was like, okay, you just the only reason I actually went into ice just because I wanted to get the pedestal, hope for the mirror, then maybe clear the swamp. And yeah, I just skipped that chest, and it felt pretty bad, I guess.
All right. So, thanks for that. So, GG to both runners. Sorry that didn't work out for you on that gamble there, but it just happens, you know. Sometimes the seed is trolly is everything and just out to get you.
It's fine. I played poorly. I didn't deserve anything, so GG Christos, definitely.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. At the start, I was doing okay, but kind of towards the end, I started doing some really dumb things. Like, I forgot the big key in Turtle Rock and went towards Big Chest and got like 2 rooms before. And when I switched to bombs, I looked at my menu and was like, wait a minute, I don't have the big key. What am I doing? And a few other mistakes like that. But yeah, I was pretty methodical. I think I searched every location pretty much that I could before I went into ice. And then I found Bow in there. So I felt pretty behind because of that.
We were extremely.
But then that's just
reflective at
randomizer.
that
You
point.
don't know what the other person's doing. So
Right.
like, I feel like everybody always feels behind at every point. That's just how races are.
All right. Well, we've got another race about to start here pretty soon, so I think we're gonna call it a run there. Thank you both for running, and thank you both for showing off your skills. Quite a lot of skill on display here today. I want to thank Feasel for doing the restream, and of course our tracker Sir Link-a-Lot for running the tracker today, and of course Mikon for coming in at the last minute to help me do this commentary. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob.
Yeah, no
Dr. Bob.
Yep, I didn't go to evil medical school for nothing. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, once again, we've got another race coming up. But if you'd like to support any of the people you saw here today, the easiest way to do that is just throw them a follow, and that'll be good. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I have been Dr. Bobtastic.
Oh, and I've been Mikon. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful night.